Last time I stopped at Higashi Maizuru Station in northern Kyoto Prefecture for a quick break.
The Kingdom of Jeremy.
But today I'm back on the rails for the trip's most ambitious day yet. I might even have to break the journey's #1 rule of local trains only.
There are no local trains. Good morning, I'm still Jeremy and I'm here at Higashi Maizuru Station. Today is a very ambitious day for my trip across Honshu on local trains only. It's going to be 7 trains, so 6 transfers, sometimes at small stations, sometimes at bigger stations. It's going to take 9 hours. It's going to take me through parts of 6 prefectures. A couple of the trains are not local, but I'll explain when we get there, and trust me, it'll be okay. And the reason this is such an ambitious day is I'm going east, but I'm not going north. I'm going a little bit southeast. It's a little bit out of the way, but it puts me in position to take a special train for my next leg of the journey, which I cannot miss. It fits in with this trip so well, but I don't want to spend too long going out of the way. So today is just a big slog to get through. There is a private railway coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun train lines through the mountains and through the flatlands and by Lake Biwa. I planned this leg a couple days ago and I've been kind of daunted by it ever since. I'm going to Tsuruga, 1690.
お金を入れてください。ありがとうございます。
はい。So there's my train on the bottom, 8:44 for Tsuruga, on track 2 over here. Here's the timetable for the station. This is the Maizuru line. Here's my Obama line. Today is a Friday, so a weekday. So my train's 8:44. If I miss that, the next one is 11:06. They're all black numbers. That means they're all local trains. So no express trains at all on the Obama line.
The first train of the day is a 2-car electric train built about 25 years ago. It operates mostly on the Obama line, and either car is capable of operating on its own, which is why there's no walkthrough from one car to the other. I will be on this train for nearly 2 hours. It's about 84 kilometers. We're going to stop at 22 stations. I've already done a separate video about a year or 2 ago about the Obama line.
There's a bus coming. It's hard to film, you know.
So I'm not going to cover it in too great a detail, but I will record stuff along the way, and 2 hours or so to Tsuruga. This is Matsuno Odera Station, and it is the final station in Kyoto Prefecture, already crossing one of the many boundaries of today. So next we'll be in Fukui Prefecture for the rest of the trip, rest of this train.
Next stop is Obama Station.
we're stopped at Fuji Station, and I believe this is the least used station on the entire Obama line. 18 people a day on average get on here. No one's getting on this train here. They're all busy in the rice fields. This is Mikata Station, and it's the place where one of my favorite videos I've ever made started when I took a little tiny community bus from here. I had to call ahead to get the bus to come pick me up. And they took me out to the end of this little cape here, Cape Tsunegami, on a rainy day, and it's just super, super atmospheric. There's this little fishing village at the end. I saw like a wild monkey, and I saw a sotetsu tree. A lot of fun here.
All right, I'm here at Tsuruga Station. The Obama line is over. This is the end point, and this is my train. So I've got about 40 minutes to change over here, and I have to find where to go because it's quite confusing. This next part was more difficult than usual to figure out, and it was just an odd situation. So let me go find where to go. I have to find a line that doesn't actually come here. It's weird. All right, it's a little confusing. So Tsuruga Station is a big station. There are several lines that go from here. There's the Shinkansen, stops here now. There's the Hokuriku line. There's a Happy Fukui line or something like that. It goes north. And what I need to do is go to Maibara Station. And there is a perfect train line. It's called the Hokuriku line. It goes from here to Maibara Station. But here's the schedule for the Hokuriku line. As you see, there are no local trains. All of these trains in red are limited express. Even the blue is an express. There are trains that go directly from here, local trains that go to Maibara, but this one is 7:47 in the morning. The next one is about 8 o'clock p.m. So all day, no local trains whatsoever. So when I was looking at all this online a couple days ago, I thought, what do I do? I mean, do I have to stay in Tsuruga after a tiny little train ride, this 2-hour train ride today on the Obama line? Do I have to stay in Tsuruga overnight just so I can catch the 7:47 a.m. train? But then I looked at the map a little bit more and I saw that if you go 2 stations away from Tsuruga on the Hokuriku line, there's a station called Omi Shiotsu. And from there, there's a train line called the Kosei line. It goes around the other side of Lake Biwa down to Kyoto and stuff. And I certainly don't want to do that because that's way, way out of the way. But then I kept researching it and I looked at this train, this 1120 train. It says Kosei line. The Kosei line doesn't actually technically reach Tsuruga, but the trains that run along it do come up to Tsuruga. They use the Hokuriku tracks. So I said, great, I can take that train to just 2 stations to Omi Shiotsu, and from there I can catch a Hokuriku train down to Maibara where I want. However, it's not a local train. There are no local trains. But for this area, for a little while, it does stop at every single station. And that's why there are no local trains. JR said we don't need local trains for this area because this one is, in effect, a local train. So that's what I'm taking. It's an express train. Later, it starts skipping stations more towards Kyoto. But for all this area, it stops at the only 2 stations I'm going to ride it on. So the plan is get on this Kosei train down the Hokuriku tracks, 2 stations, get off there. And then there's something kind of similar on the Hokuriku line, which I changed there, but we'll talk about that when we get to Omi Shiotsu. All right, so I'll go down here and see if this seems right. I've been to a few different platforms and they all say Hokuriku and Kosei lines. The 1120 to Himeji. Special rapid local train. So it is technically a local train to Omi Maiko. That's beyond where I'm going. It's my train.
This special rapid service, the local train bound for Omi Mariko, via Kosei Line, departing at 11:20, bound for Himeji, will be arriving at track 5. This train consists of 4 cars. This train will be stopping at Shinhikita, Omiseotsu, and Nagahara.
Some train lines and some train companies, they have English announcements, but they either get foreigners to record them with like incorrect pronunciation of the station names on purpose, the way they think that foreigners would be able to hear it better, or they use like AI voices that automatically mispronounce things. But it's not real helpful. It's not better. It's not more clear. No one says Nagahara. They just say Nagahara.
Nagahara.
After coming all this way from Shimonoseki on strictly local trains only, it feels dirty being on a special rapid service. But it is considered local for a while. I know I keep saying that, but just want to be sure we all understand this is not breaking the rules. So to go the 2 stations I'm going, it will be about 16 minutes on this train only. Okay, this is Shinhikita Station, the one stop between my 2 endpoints on this ride. Paparazzi is here. Okay, this train here is the one I just got off of, and there is a train sitting over here. It says not in service. I don't know if it's mine, but anyway, what's happening here is this train is continuing off down the west side of Lake Biwa. In fact, it's a Kosei train. It's going to start entering the Kosei line here after using the Hokuriku line so far, but Kosei means west lake, so it's west of the lake. Anyway, I am getting on the train on the Hokuriku line to go where I want to go, to Maibara, and that's in about half an hour. I'm going to go just sort of look at the actual station itself, all the stuff in the station, because I've always had a soft spot for this station. It has a whole lot of character to it. What I like about this station is that it's got these hallways and these dark, weird, long, like staircases down that they haven't been updated in several decades. The lighting's all dim. At least last time I was here. Let's see what it looks like now. First of all, here's the schedule. So here's the deal. This is Hokuriku line for Maibara. That's where I'm going. Again, they're all blue at this time of day. So it's about 11:40 right now. So the next train I can take is 12:06, and that is the one I'm taking. But as you see, it's blue, which is a Shinkaisoku. It's a kind of a special rapid service. It's also going to Himeji, just like the one I just got off, but on the east side of Lake Biwa. But again, from here to Maibara, which is where I'm going, it again stops at every single station in that area. That's why there are no local trains officially scheduled by JR here, because this is a de facto local train, same as the last one, not cheating. This is the part I like. This long kind of walkway here, and then unbelievably cool looking dungeon. few videos ago, I was in some limestone cave in Nimi. It's kind of reminiscent of that. Just a bizarre, cool underground place. You could shoot a movie in here. They probably have. All right, we're off, 12:06 sharp, and it's going to be about 32 kilometers on this train. Stop at 8 stations until we get to Maibara. This railway, this line, was one of the first in Japan. It was built in 1882 by the government, and a lot of the stations, not the station buildings, but the station stops, are from the 1880s. The first opened in the 1880s. And this whole section from here to Maibara is pretty well used, so there are no stations that are just used by 2 or 3 a day or anything like that. It's kind of a busy part of Shiga Prefecture around here on the northeast side of Lake Biwa. This is a station called Torahime, and if I'm not mistaken, that means Tiger Princess. Okay, I'm at Maibara Station. Here's my train here. This is one of those big deal stations. You can continue on the Hokuriku line. You can change to the Shinkansen. You can change to the Omi Railway, which I rode recently. Or you can change to the Tokaido line, arguably the original and main kind of line between this area and Tokyo that ever existed back in the late 1800s. I'm going to ride it a short way, and I have about 18 minutes to find where that is. So there's mine on the bottom, 13 o'clock for Ogaki, a true local train. Triangles 5 through 8. And being a major train line, lots of freight trains. All right, here comes my train, my 4-car train, which will take me to Ogaki Station, where I have another transfer. And this station, Maibara, is the changeover from JR West, which is what I've been on ever since I started in Shimonoseki, to the JR Central network. And I'll be on JR Central the rest of today. I'll to be on this train about half an hour, and it looks like it's all bench seats.
ご案内します。普通大垣行きです。お客様にお願いいたします。
Okay, so this is the JR Tokaido main line. It goes from Tokyo all the way over to Kobe. It is a hugely important line. I won't be on it for much longer than about 35 kilometers here, but I will be joining it later today. I'm riding it to Ogaki. There's going to be 5 stations in between here and there. This line was first completed in 1889 and has been the major way to get across Japan, was the major way to get across Japan by train until the Shinkansen basically goes the same route, and that was in the 1960s.
JR 東海をご利用くださいましてありがとうございます。普通大垣行きです。次は鮫貝です。
Thank you for travelling with JR Central. This is the local train bound for Ogaki. This train consists of 4 cars. Restrooms are located in car number 1. This is a non-smoking service.
This is Kashiwabara Station, and it's the final station for me in Shiga, and the final station in Kansai. After this, the next station, Sekigahara, we will be in Gifu Prefecture and the Chubu region of Japan.
Okay, so I'm here at Ogaki Station, the end point for this line, and I'm changing here. This line, the Tokaido main line, is actually where I'm going to finish up today. It's the final leg to where my hotel is in Toyohashi tonight. Spoiler. So I could just piece together more local trains along this line, but I'm going to branch off here because I have a chance to go here, the Yodo Private Railway. I thought, as long as I have a chance to get up to a private railway, I might as well do it. So I have 12 minutes, it's right here, but I have, what did I buy? Did I buy a paper ticket? I don't remember what I did back at where did I get on the train? Tsuruga. Tsuruga is where I bought this ticket. So I guess I need to, I don't know. Nope.
でしたらね、向こうの出口から出ていきます。はい。
So Yodo is sort of.
A JR guy from the train noticed my confusion and offered to walk me to where I needed to go, a machine where I could add money to my ticket, since it only bought enough to get to Maibara.
Yes, from Tsuruga to Maibara kana. Today's many trains. Come on, come on, come on.
The fare adjustment machine wouldn't accept my ticket at all, though, and by then there was a line at the staffed window.
これは敦賀からここまで。Okay, I bought my ticket at Tsuruga, which is JR West, and I tried to add, I don't know why I didn't buy a ticket here. I guess I was unable to. Well, this is JR Central. So, over here. So I had to go to the window, the machine. There was a line at the machine, and I finally got to the front, the machine, to pay more on the card, on the ticket, and it didn't accept my ticket, so I had to go to her and pay the cash. And one of the JR guys, the driver, I think, or the conductor, was kind of helping me, and he was leading me around, but no one understands that I have not much time. Okay, there it is, track number 1. I've still got a few minutes. Be fair, 8:30, 600, 700, 10, 20, 30, 830. ありがとう。My two-car train on the electric Yoro Railway today dates from the 1960s, when both cars were, like the line itself, part of the Kintetsu Railway network. Okay, this is my train, the first time ever for me on the Yoro Railway. And it's about an hour and 12 minutes on this train. Looks like bench seats again, so let's get on board and see where I can sit. So the Yoro Railway has had a very complicated history. It actually goes north from here and south from here. I'm just taking the south part. The northern part was actually first built in 1913, and in 1919 is when my southern part here was built. It's had various operators and names and stuff over the decades, including the Ibi River Electric, the Issei Electric Railway, the Sangu Express Railway, and the Kansai Express Railway, and finally the company that became Kintetsu. So, like a lot of trains I've ridden recently around here, for decades, which is just the Kintetsu Yoro line. And then in 2007, Kintetsu split it off. So it became the Yoro Railway. Okay, we are apparently just leaving Mino Yamazaki Station. And as far as I can tell, this is the least used station on this whole southern part of the Yoro Railway. It's 121 people on average a day get on trains here. So it's not that bad. It's kind of like this low-level, populated hinterlands of central Japan here. And in a couple stations from now, we are passing another milestone for today. Yet another milestone. All right, and this is Mino Matsuyama. This is the final station in Gifu Prefecture. After this, we'll be in yet another prefecture for today, Mie. Okay, welcome to Tado Station and welcome to Mie Prefecture. Not the final prefecture of the day, the second to last. Alright, that was cool, an hour and 12 minutes or something on that train. So I'm here at Kuwana. I'm at Kuwana Station, and this is the station. If you saw it a few weeks ago, I did a train ride on a narrow gauge railway called the Hokusei Line, and it starts from here. There's also like an intersection where you could see a wide gauge from Kintetsu, a normal gauge for JR, and the narrow gauge, all going on the same path. What I didn't mention in that video is that there is a fourth railway that uses Kuwana. It's the Yoro Railway. It's the one I took from the north to get here. I'm gonna be on the JR, the Kansai Main Line, which comes in about 5 minutes, 5 or 6, 7 minutes. I'm gonna be on it for half an hour, and I'm done talking to you because I have to eat this banana before I get on the train. My train on the JR Kansai Main Line has 4 cars and is pretty much brand new, being introduced in 2024.
This train is bound for Nagoya. This is the local train bound for Nagoya. The next stop is Nagashima CJ6.
The view from that bridge was a river flowing out to Ise Bay, which is right off the Pacific Ocean. So it's official, I think. We have traveled from the Sea of Japan all the way across through Honshu southeast to the Pacific Ocean. We've left Mie and we're in the final prefecture of today, Aichi. This is the first station in Aichi. So welcome to Aichi.
We will soon make a brief stop at Nagoya CJ0, the final stop. Passengers transferring to the Shinkansen, Tokaido Line, Chuo Line,
Okay, this is Nagoya Station. I have 8 minutes here to find the Tokaido Main Line, which I am rejoining after leaving it at Ogaki, wherever that was. So I'm not going to talk to the camera. I just got to run and find this. Well, let's try it. Okay, I see it up there. For Toyohashi the local. Stops at all stations. Yes, it does. All right, there it is, already sitting here waiting for me. It's the final train for me today. It's an hour and 45 minutes. It's got forward-facing seats. Oh my God, I didn't think that was possible. Okay, there are no seats, no forward-facing seats. The thing about this train, though, is it's an hour and 45 minutes. There aren't that many that go, local trains that go from here to Toyohashi. It makes no sense to do it on local trains. You could take an express from here and get the Toyohashi faster for the same price. So no route finder would ever give this option. Nobody would ever do it, really. So most of the people on here, probably virtually all of the people on here, except me, will be getting off along the way. This whole line, all the way down to Toyohashi, although it's a long local train, the whole thing is urban, I think. Just lots and lots of communities and everything. So all of these stations on this part of the line have a couple thousand or several thousand on average users per day. I think I got it. All right, got my seat.
ル東海をご利用くださいましてありがとうございました。We will arrive at Toyohashi. The doors on the right side will open. Please change here for the Shinkansen, Ida Line, Mainland Line, and Toyohashi Tetsuo Line.
Okay, we are here in Toyohashi. No one's ever been as glad as I am now to get to Toyohashi. So that's it. Wasn't so bad. All the trains were on time and everything, and all the transfers worked. This train that I just got off of, it says it's a local train going to Gifu. That's beyond Nagoya. The return trip is even farther than the one I just did. So I'll leave them to it. I'm gonna go find my hotel. I didn't do the checklist today because I had plenty of other stuff to worry about. I don't remember where my hotel is. I don't even remember the name of it, so I have to check my email on my phone. But that's it, we're in Toyohashi now. Next video will be exploring Toyohashi a little bit, so please join me for that if you would like to, and if you would like to follow this whole trip across Honshu on local trains in more detail, you can do that on patreon.com. And otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna go find my hotel, I hope, and have a long evening of doing absolutely nothing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Special thanks this week in random order to Matt Kane, Ray Nichols, David Richley, John Pfeiffer, Will Phillips, Samantha, and Russell Davis. Thanks for wandering around Honshu with me. Everywhere is worth exploring.
Oh, he left, it's a cat. Yeah, he let that